Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Spirit of Justice. As you can see, we are in the middle of deciding if we should be accusing Understanding for the murder of Mr. Patrol. And we are going to do that. Gotta protect our client. Yes, your majesty. I contend there's a strong possibility this witness is the murderer. Oh boy. That was a long crowd, panning right there.
How dare you be so disrespectful! First you criticize her benevolence's insight, now you accuse the head monk of murder!
Oh! That was weird. This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was here, he could have struck the victim down from behind and move his body to the treasure room. Ah, shoot, I forgot to switch back. Okay, so I was in the middle of streaming the DLC case, and I switched back Wright's regular outfit, and I forgot to switch it back to Tigray.
That's nothing but groundless conjecture.
And there's one more thing. Do you remember what was said in the opening argument?
The opening argument?
During that argument, it was suggested that Albie used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure.
That's right, and what of it?
Oh, come on, use your brain. Well, why don't we try this twist on for size? The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get a hold of the treasure.
What?
What?
You joshing me, man?
The key to the treasure box has been passed down from the head monk to head monk. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure?
You can't possibly be serious!
Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Understanding's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure? The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to this court, so clearly he isn't above lying. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that naught but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question.
This is ridiculous! Are there no limits to what this lawyer will say? I mean, lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake.
Hold it.
Who said that? Oh.
Enough with the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. You're just embarrassing yourself, man.
What?
What was that, Mr. Understanding?
Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. You called my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother. And nobody gets away with that.
Okay. Rock God Jesus now.
What on earth? That music! It's making my ears bleed.
How did he manage to get all those speakers in?
This is the music of my soul. Death to the lawyer. I'm the Twilight Messenger, can't you tell? Gonna take this lying lawyer straight to hell. He's dripping with lies, running with Philistines. I'm gonna send that lawyer to the guillotines.
Oh my god. And now for something completely different.
That plinkety-plunk music just wouldn't let me express my rage.
Your rage, huh? Isn't the real source of your anger having your lie exposed?
You just don't get it. If I lied, it's 'cause you drove me to it. All sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out false accusations.
Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job.
Yeah, well, lawyers are crap. Keep making noise and I'll have to use my partner here on ya.
I'm the one making noise?
Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, do ya? Fine, let's see you try. Feel the heat of my brutal death beat. Savage, right? Sweating bullets, ain't ya? The screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of this peanut gallery.
Did he really just win the court over with that performance?
Yo, geezer, I got something to testify.
Hey, be nice to the judge.
Get ready for the howling of my soul. I call this chart topper Soul Screaming Truth.
Oh boy. Soul Screaming Truth.
The priestess's dance had come to an end. To the music storeroom my way I did wend. Death, truth is what you dread, hear me shred. From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep to the treasure room. And trailing from behind, hound on the scent, I saw Patrol after Albie he went. Me and my girl here, innocent and sweet, back by the storeroom, can't be beat. Then out went the power tick into midnight blacker than blackest black, robbing all sight. Yeah, baby, let that soul metal flow.
All right then. What is that music? I've never heard anything like it. And it's so fast, it's making my head spin. Yeah, how much of that testimony was there?
This is the modern metal. Hey, yo, geezer, how are those ears ringing?
I don't know much about music, but I've got chills, and they're multiplying.
Heh, you scared, lawyer man? Run away, fast as you can.
What a wonderful rhythm! The perfect accompaniment for further deliberation. Now, Mr. Understanding, what did you go to the music storeroom for?
Hey, I went to put my Demalin away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest after playing in the right.
But then why did you lie before?
Because you send me to hell.
Huh?
We all know about lawyers and their lying, lawyerly ways. Am I right, people? If I admitted I went to the storeroom, he'd have drummed up a false charge on me. I didn't want to get sent to hell. What do you say?
He's right, that so would have happened.
Now I see why that Defense Culpability Act was passed. You feel me, Khurain?
Yeah, you said it! Is it too much to ask for a low-key trial? Yes, because you're Phoenix Wright.
Now are you punks ready to rock, or what?
That sound effects make me think of Five Nights at Freddy's, though.
I can't hear you. I said, you ready to teach this lying lawyer how we do things around here?
Okay, Payne.
Alright, then I'm gonna lay it on you one more time. The screaming truth of my soul!
Alright, here we go. Cross-examination. Oh, and we have a music pickup, so I guess we're almost there. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of statements, though. You say you went to the music storeroom. But how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead?
And on what grounds would you base that accusation? Got anything to show for it?
He's right, I don't really have any proof. And yet... Well, you can't prove that you didn't go to the treasure room either. You stole the treasure and were ready to make your getaway when you saw Mr. Roll. So you panicked and ran into the music storeroom. Isn't that right? You're not getting much of a crowd pleaser here, right? Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by icy stares from every direction? Probably because you are.
This silence is your answer, lawyer man. This audience knows the score. Just what we needed. A moment of silence to bid this lawyer's baseless claim goodbye.
Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country?
I said it before and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess's dance, I went to the music storeroom.
So what exactly do you mean by death truth?
It's the blade of truth that's gonna send your lawyer's soul to hell. A sea of blood will be the last thing you ever see.
I'm not sure I want to get what he's saying.
I don't expect a bobblehead like you to understand. Either you get it and you feel it, or you don't. Simple as that.
How did Albie appear at the time?
Come to think of it, he was glancing around all shifty-like. You could tell he was up to no good. Shady, I tell ya.
What's that saying about people who live in glass houses?
Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he looked furtive.
The defendant admitted he was sneaking in to see the treasure box. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around?
What's that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth, you say? Wrong. Peace Lovin' knows the score, baby. From my lips to our Holy Mother's ear, an artist only sings what he saw there.
In other words, my reasoning isn't good enough for Godboy here.
And what did you see next, Mr. Understanding?
Something tells me this is going to be a spectacular waste of time, but we're pressing everything! What do you mean by hound on the scent?
What? You don't get it? It's always the same, y'all. Lyrics questioned without mercy. The more famous the song, the greater the controversy.
It wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning.
I say hound on the scent, like a hunting dog, 'cause, Roll was a guard and...
Uh-oh. Here we go.
The inspiration came to me suddenly, like a flash, and...
That's okay. You don't have to explain your lyrics anymore.
Hey, you're the one who asked.
I mean, it's true. I knew I should have asked. Mr. Understanding, you're still on the stand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain your lyrics to me later in Damalin class.
Fine, have it your way, geezer.
Hey, be nice to the judge.
The show must go on. Slash and thrash!
What exactly were you doing in the music storeroom? Please answer.
There, get the picture?
But don't answer like that! Picture? What picture? Mr. Understanding is requesting that you not ask him the same thing over and over.
Hey, geezer, you got it in one. Take a bow, baby.
How the heck did he understand that?
What was I doing in the music storeroom, you ask? I already told you. I was taking care of my partner in crime here, getting ready to put her away. But see, would you believe it?
Outwin the power. Where were you when the power outage occurred?
Like I said, I was in the music storeroom. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune.
Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at that time?
The hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway?
You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. Now that he discovered that the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him.
Lawyer man, just as always, so full of bull, spewing noxious lies and pulling the wool. Filthy liar, through and through, and I ain't never ever gonna forgive you.
Utter lies with no evidence, as always. His claims are just tenuous.
Payne, please. Stay out of this.
Hey, nice prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Someone stop their jam session, please.
You've made your assertions clear, defense, but your argument is rather substantiated. Substantiated.
That's not good. What's so funny, please, love and understanding? Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under the cover of darkness.
You're forgetting one very important thing.
Huh?
It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I did forget about that.
It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take advantage of the darkness.
What if it was?
And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him.
You're right, even I would notice someone coming up behind me. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that? What can I say about that?
Mr. Wright, your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen.
There was a breaker there, so yes. Well, maybe not magically, but... Wait, that's it. I contend the witness could have made the power outage happen. with no magic necessary.
What?
You have a theory, Defense? All he had to do was make use of something shown on this diagram. What did the witness use to make the power adders happen? Gee, I don't know, the breaker that's right next to the storeroom. The witness was in the storeroom. The circuit box is on the storeroom end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say?
Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man.
And why not?
You're saying I turned the breaker off and then snuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him? In pitch black darkness, with no source of light whatsoever? That what you're saying? With the lights off, that hallway is blacker than 100 midnights. You can't see the hand in front of your face. How could anybody commit murder like that? Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim, like the accused.
I hate when he's right. But we can explain it. But I can't just let his point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide? A guide through the darkness.
Something. That's more than a little vague, wouldn't you agree?
You ain't gonna move this room with a half-baked hunch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard, really make him feel it, you hear me? Just like my verse, baby. Woo!
Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision now, Defense. Uh-oh. What do I do? Can you present to us something that could have served as a guide through the darkness? Yes, we can. Yes, I can. Because there has to be something. Alright, let's see what you have, Defense. What could the victim have been holding that served as a guide through the darkness? The treasure box. I believe the victim was holding the treasure box.
Huh?
Huh?
Have you gone mad?
Well, the box glows in the dark, so you could use it as a sort of beacon. Well, I guess you're right.
But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box?
Oh, well, because your guess is as good as mine. What is this lawyer talking about? Nonsense and lies yet again. Just give him the death penalty already. Is there no way to win them over? Nope. Defense. Are you going to be needing those tongue shears after all? No, Your Majesty.
Yeah, man. Do it. Do it. Then we can jam out to this lawyer's shrieks of pain. Ha ha ha. Better get those screams of agony out now, lawyer man. While you still have a tongue to scream with.
Guess I better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. We got this. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box. It can easily be explained as thus. Brain, don't fail me now. What reason could the victim possibly have had to be holding that treasure box? We just gotta turn our thinking around. The victim was holding the treasure box because he was the thief himself. It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon. But I think it just might be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down. Hello, Defense? Are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised. Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief? The victim?
The thief?
What kind of bull are you spewing now? Your Majesty, this guy's off his rocker.
If the victim was a thief, everything we've learned so far would all make sense. And it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off with it. But then he ran into Albie on the great stairs. That's why Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. Then, when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to death in the darkness. This explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark, and how it would have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him.
Do you have any idea what you're saying?
You're unbelievable, lawyer man. I think you've lost it. Haha, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Roll, trying to roll the temple?
Roll trying to roll the temple, haha.
That devout believer? That pious Khurainist?
I won't allow you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up your claim. Of course, Your Majesty.
Oh, really? In that case, can we assume you have proof?
Uh-oh. Proof, huh? Do I have any proof? Yes, you do. Maybe. But I can't back down now. We got this. Yes, I have proof. In my dreams. Right! The proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence. Very well. Let's see your evidence and be ready to stand behind it. Footprints, fingerprints, I'll take anything at this point. I need proof, something that would have been involved with the theft, and that might still have some trace evidence left on it. What proof do you have that the victim might have been the thief? Let's look at the treasure box again. The defense would like to examine the treasure box. There might be trace evidence on it that would show that the victim had held it. Might? You better hope you turn something more definitive than that, defense. Yes, sir, Your Majesty. Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box. This is cool. They actually put the item right next to right on the defense bench. This is actually kind of neat. There you are, defense. You're free to examine it. If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's that little matter of the old tongue shears. I have to find something. I just have to. Now, to make sure I remember how to do this, I can rotate the evidence by sliding the touchscreen. I can zoom in and out with the slider on the left, too, to get a better look. And if I ever get too turned around, I can always touch reset to return things to its initial state. I better search every inch of this box carefully, and touch anything of interest to check it out in detail. Well, let's look at this latch up here. The lid of the box was forced open. But while the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid too. Hey.
Hey!
What?
You son of a... You locked it!
So? What's the big deal? I thought you can open it with that key you're wearing.
Yeah, I can. No sweat.
Then why is there a bucket load dripping off of you over there? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key?
Sure.
What's got you all nervous, dude? Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole? Well, it's the Magatama key. So wouldn't it go in the hole above the Magatama mark? Well, that doesn't do anything. Huh? It won't open.
Would you look at that?
What the heck are you hiding, dude?
The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open.
Really? Because I'm not sure about that. I'm not so sure about that. In any case, I better take another good look. I have to find proof that the victim was holding this box. Well, we'll find the proof on the side of the thing, now that we've closed the lid. So now we have a handprint. This bloodstain. It shows the outline of a hand. Could this be what I've been looking for? Probably. Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a bloodstain here that outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right. Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box. What? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The blood from his hand would splatter across his hand and onto the box. Hand wound.
Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It's just more of his lawyerly deceit.
What do you mean?
Heh heh heh. Mr. Wright, where is your proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand?
What? I should have seen this coming.
Either show proof or prepare to meet the shears. Or you could save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead.
That I did not see coming. Well, defense, how about it? Do you have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand? Yes, we do. Where would the proof of something like that even be? Please, submit your evidence at this time. What evidence shows that the outline of the treasure box is that of the victim's hand? The crime photo. Let's look at that. I've got it. This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, it just so happens I have proof you require.
You do?
It's right here in this crime photo. It is? Where? Defense, please point it out. Everyone in this game is stupid. Come on! What proves that the bloodstain outline on the box is that of the victim's hand, you ask? Jay, let's look at his hand. I'm sorry, some of these, this case by itself, like, I'm just like, some of these answers are, I know it's the first case, but, Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. See this? That's blood.
What?
If we place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline.
You think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter?
Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if you do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct. Then the victim really was holding the box. I'm willing to bet my life on it. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box.
You can't be serious!
Oh, he is serious. He's depending on his life on it.
I protest! There's no way they would ever match up! I assert that it's patently impossible for... Ow!
Talk about tongue karma. Sounds like he bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Oh. Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court?
Why, you... Ugh.
Oh, I'm gonna have to stop pretty soon because we are definitely over now. I can hardly believe it. Apparently, not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff. Of course not, Your Majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. No. Well, lying... Okay, whatever. I'm stopping right here now because we are definitely over time now, so we shall continue this. Maybe finish this in the next video. See you guys then. This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was here, he could have struck the victim down from behind and move his body to the treasure room. Ah, shoot, I forgot to switch back. Okay, so I was in the middle of streaming the DLC case, and I switched back Wright's regular outfit, and I forgot to switch it back to Tigray.
That's nothing but groundless conjecture.
And there's one more thing. Do you remember what was said in the opening argument?
The opening argument?
During that argument, it was suggested that Albie used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure.
That's right, and what of it?
Oh, come on, use your brain. Well, why don't we try this twist on for size? The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get a hold of the treasure.
Say! I mean, lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake.
Hold it.
Who said that? Oh.
Enough with the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. You're just embarrassing yourself, man.
What?
What was that, Mr. Understanding?
Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. You called my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother. And nobody gets away with that.
Okay. Rock God Jesus now. What on earth? That music. It's making my ears bleed. How did he manage to get all those speakers in?
This is the music of my soul. Death to the lawyer. I'm the Twilight Messenger, can't you tell? Go.
What?
What?
You joshing me, man?
The key to the treasure box has been passed down from the head monk to head monk. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure?
You can't possibly be serious!
Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Understanding's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure? The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to this court, so clearly he isn't above lying.
Gah.
Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that naught but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question.
This is ridiculous! Are there no limits to what this lawyer will—
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Spirit of Justice. As you can see, we are in the middle of deciding if we should be accusing Understanding for the murder of Mr. Patrol, and we are going to do that. Gotta protect our client. Yes, Your Majesty. I contend there's a strong possibility this witness is the murderer. Oh boy. That was a long crowd, panning right there.
How dare you be so disrespectful! First you criticize her benevolence as insight, now you accuse the head monk of murder.
Oh. That was weird.